Hey, what's up, everybody? Just want to say this real quick before the video starts. This is going to be a very short review. It's not going to be anything crazy. It's not going to be going to in depth in detail and so on and so forth. Okay. This is just my honest opinions about the game. All right. Enjoy the video. Hey, what's up, everybody? Hopefully, you have a great morning, evening, or night, depending on when you're watching this video. And we're right around the corner. Echoes of Aincrad's about to come out, and honestly, I didn't get to record much this week, so I'm trying to at least get this review out just the day before Echoes of Aincrad comes out. And I'm gonna be honest, I never done a review, so I don't know my way around how to do these things. So bear with me. This is just gonna be my opinions. I'm not gonna be able to talk much about it, only because I only played the demo. Um, but I did watch one video, and I do have one gripe about the game. Um, but we'll get to that in a minute. First, Echoes of Aincrad is a single-player action RPG set in a world of Sword Art's online universe. Players create their own custom avatar and find themselves trapped in a deadly virtual world where dying in a game means dying in reality. I'm going to say, if you haven't seen the show, the story is going to be told pretty well in the Echoes of Aincrad universe. It's going to be pretty good. So far, the story in the game was solid. I had fun playing it. It was a lot longer than I thought it was going to be, if I'm honest. And I had a blast from start to finish. I had so much fun. I will say, I'm going to try to stick to the positives here for a second. And I love the combat. The combat was fun. I know some people said like the creature movements and stuff were, not noticeable, and they were like weird and just really hard to tell, I guess. I don't know, that's just how I understood it when people were explaining it. And honestly, in my opinion, I don't hate it. Only because I like the challenge. I don't mind it. I have played Elden Ring. I have played Elden Ring, never beat it by the way. But I have played Lies of P. I have played Dark Souls type games, and I genuinely enjoy that challenge of not being able to truly understand and just trying to see the little hints that I can from the movements of the creatures when they're fighting. But so far, combat awesome, story great, combat feels smooth. I will say the running animation in this game, and I was thinking about this as I was coming home from work one day. The running, it's like, that the stick that you can hold your phone camera or the really advanced camera to keep, like, you can do all these movements, but it keeps the camera steady, right? There's this mount that you can mount the camera onto, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. Pretty sure by now you know. Well, I feel like the legs is the stick and the body's the camera. And that's literally the best way I could think about it. That's how it feels like watching your character run. I'm not a big fan of it. I wish there was more bobbing of the body, right? But there isn't. So, that's fine. It's not a big deal, honestly. The story is great and the combat feels good. It feels smooth. It feels great. I had a lot of fun with it. I only used the great sword and I used daggers. The daggers felt really nice. They were fun to play with, and the great sword was pretty fun to play with. Oh, I also used the sword and shield. Used the sword and shield to start. Um, all three weapons really good. I genuinely have fun with them, and I can't wait for Echoes of Minecraft to come out tomorrow. Unfortunately, I won't be able to play it, so you guys are gonna be having to wait a little bit longer for that one. But when I do get my hands on it, I promise I will be playing this game because it is so much fun. But again, story out of the way, combat out of the way. The only part of the movement was that just the running animation just seemed really weird. But the combat felt pretty good. I feel like, real quick, the only other thing about combat that I have is when you do that combo ability where it's you and your partner and you both get back to back and you do this attack. I feel like that's a little anticlimactic. Maybe in the future we'll see something better. Like, maybe there's another partner with another combo that you can use and you both do like an insane, like, cool animation, but I don't know. We'll see when we get to it. You guys will see it probably before I do with everybody who's going to be jumping into this game. Hey, real quick, I know this is probably going to be placed somewhere randomly in this video, but I did say I had one gripe about the game, and I completely forgot to mention it, which is why I probably should have wrote the stuff down before I even started this video. That way I knew exactly what to talk about. But I tried to do it all on top of my head, and it didn't work out. Obviously, I forgot about the one big thing I had a problem with. But if you don't know any information about the game, I just want to say, if you don't want to be spoiled about this, it's fine. It's not any spoilers really, but it is a big thing about the game. There's only going to be 2 floors, as far as I know. So obviously, it's going to be a big world, built between these 2 floors. My only and biggest problem so far is the fact that it is open world, but it's not open world, right? So the only way you get to explore the zones is by doing missions. And so you're not able to leave when you're doing a mission. You're stuck in an area of the map. And if you try to veer away, it'll pull you back into the area that you're supposed to be in. So you can't really truly explore out into the world like in any other game. As I played another Sword Arts Online game, one other Sword Arts Online game, and you were able to leave the place without having to start a mission. You can just leave and go and work your way through the world. And that's how you work through the missions, right? And even if you weren't in a mission, you were just doing something else, you could explore the areas. It felt pretty open world, in my opinion. But that's my only gripe I have with the game, the fact that it's not open world, so you can't just explore a whole region, like the whole level 1, the whole first floor, without being in a mission, right? Yeah, I have to keep jumping to different missions to go back and explore different areas. And that to me just seems kind of I don't like that. I really don't. But what else can you do? Hopefully, even from what I've heard in not on the demo, my hopes were this, that in the demo it was like this, and when it came to the full release, it wasn't. But apparently, it is. And that's my biggest concern about the game, is the fact that I have to keep jumping to older missions to go back and explore different areas. And I'm gonna be honest with you, had I like fully explored while doing all these missions in the demo, it probably would have been longer than what I think it was 5 or 6 episodes that I put up. But it probably would have been a lot longer than that if I were to have truly not focused on the exploration. Not if I had and just focused on the story instead of the exploration. So yeah, but that's it. That's all I wanted to put here somewhere in between this video. Hopefully it makes sense somewhere where I put it. If not, I'm sorry for throwing you off there. But yeah, I'll leave you back on the video. The world environment, honestly, I liked it. I liked to be able to see some areas looked a little bland than others. I was hoping that the world was gonna be a little more vibrant. And it's probably because before I started playing this, I watched the newest Avatar, Ash and Fire, and you know how they are about like their world building and stuff. It looks very vibrant, very alive. So I kind of came with the with kind of that feel of seeing this alive world. But honestly, we all know how this story is going to end. At least how we the players that have seen the show from start to finish. Um, Again, which you don't have to in Echoes of Aincrad. You don't have to watch the anime series to understand the story. The story is going to be told here in a different light, because honestly, you're not playing as Kirito, which is the biggest awesome part about this game, is that you are now playing of one of thousands of players that are stuck in this game, and that's going to be a lot of fun. You just create your own character and so on and so forth. Now, obviously, in the beta, you're not able to do that. You play as a set character already made for you. So I never got into checking out to see how the character creation works. But nonetheless, demo, I had a lot of fun with it. World environment looked really good. I enjoyed it. The sceneries, the views, it was awesome. I really loved the amount of detail they put into it. And man, that's about it. Honestly, like I said, this was gonna be like pretty short video if I didn't say that. But yeah, I'm not gonna hold you captive here for too long. Thank you so much for watching again. Hopefully you had a great morning, even or night, depending on when you're watching this video. And don't forget to have fun, alright? Take care.